Hi guys, so I'm going to do my labour and delivery story today. So I just started to film this, and please ask me if my head was even in the shot. It wasn't. So I'm going to start again. It is Sunday the 21st today, and she is 2 weeks old now. So let's get into the story. So it was Saturday night, and it was about 4 o'clock, and I was in bed, and I got the feeling that I needed to go toilet to do number 2. So I went to the toilet. I tried, nothing came out, and I thought, okay, let me just go back to bed. And then I went back to bed, and I think at around 6, I got the feeling again. I went to the toilet, and this time something actually came out. So I was like, okay, that was it, let me go back to bed. I went back to bed, and it was about 6:30 now, and I got the feeling again. And I was thinking, I wonder if this is it. But then I thought, no, it must not be, because every time I moved into a different position, it hurt less or it stopped hurting. And I read online that Braxton Hicks, no matter what position you're in, contractions, no matter what position you're in, they'll hurt and they'll feel the same. But if you move and they feel better, then it's just Braxton Hicks. So yeah, I just tried to roll over and go back to bed. And then I think it was around, I don't know, 7 o'clock maybe, and I got the feeling again. So I was thinking, okay, maybe this is happening. So I budged my boyfriend, and he went to bed really late that night. I think he went to bed at 4. So he was in the middle of his dreams, and he was just like, what? And I was like, I think this is happening. And he was just like, ugh. I went back to sleep, and then I was like, okay, let me just see what happens. So then I got the feeling again, and then I was like, no, something must be happening. So then I budged him again, and I was like, hello, get up, you need to rub my back because this is starting. And he was just still fast asleep. So then I thought, okay, let me go in the living room, because laying down was not helping, sitting on the bed wasn't helping. No matter what I did on the bed, it wasn't helping. So I thought, let me go in the living room and sit on the ball or lay over the ball. So I went in the living room, and I was laying over the ball, and I downloaded some app called Contractions. And then you press start every time you get one, and press stop. So I pressed start, and my first one was already 40 seconds long. And then I was thinking, okay, this may be happening soon, because they say when it's 40 to 60 seconds long and they come every 4 to 5 minutes, then you should go to the hospital. So yeah, I obviously pressed stop, and then my next one started at 4 minutes later. So I was like, oh my goodness, they're so close already. So right now it's about 7:30. And then I was shouting to my boyfriend, and I was like, hello, wake up, come here now. Yeah, I was like, hello, wake up, come here now, you need to rub my back. I was shouting at him, and then he was like, I just went to sleep. I don't think he was really realising what was going on. And then he was like, shush, you're gonna wake up Loraya. And I was like, I don't care if she's gonna wake up. I was like, just come here now. So then he got up and he was rubbing my back, and then I rang my mum to come and get Loraya. So yeah, I rang her, and I was like, I think you need to come now, I think something's happening. And she was even she was to me as well, are you sure it's happening now? Are you sure? And I was like, yes, can you come? And then I was just waiting for my mum to come, and I just started packing the final things in my bag, and I started just trying to cope through this pain, because it was coming quite fast. And oh yeah, I forgot to say, after I called my mum, I called the hospital as well, because the app kept alerting me as I was timing it. It kept alerting me, and it was telling me you need to go to the hospital now, it's time to go, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I rang the hospital, and they was like, yeah, come in, I think it's time. So I tried to wash a bit and get ready, and then we called the cab and we went to the hospital. So I got to the hospital at about 9:15, and she checked me, and I was about 4 centimetres already, so I was so happy. But whilst I was in the waiting room, it was kind of funny, because there was another girl there who was also in labour, and our contractions were kind of at the same time. Hers just came 5 seconds before mine. So she'll be sitting down and I'll be sitting down, and then she'll stand up and she'll be rocking, and she'll be ooh, and getting all the pain, and then 5 seconds later I would get up and I was in pain. And it was just funny, because every time she got one, I knew that mine was coming next, and I was just thinking, oh my goodness, here it goes. And yeah, so they checked me, and I was 4 centimeters, and I was so happy, and she was like, that is really good. So she was like, we're going to get a room ready for you now. And they tried to put the IV in my hand so I can get the antibiotics for the group B strep positive thing. And she tried twice in this hand and it didn't go in, and then she had to do it in this hand, and it was so painful, because imagine getting a contraction and you have to lay still on your back and someone's trying to push a needle in your hand and they're like, don't move. So I was in so much pain then. I actually thought, like, I just didn't know. I was just in so much pain. I was thinking, how am I going to do this? And especially as she missed twice and she had to try again. Because at first I was like, just wait, let's do this when I'm not getting a contraction. But as she missed, she just kept doing it, and it was just terrible. So she introduced me to the midwife that was going to be with me, and then they moved me to my room. And then I remember last time when I was in labour, I could like walk around, and that's how I coped through the contractions. I was walking, I was like swaying side to side, I was sitting on the ball. That helped me. But this time, no, I couldn't even walk. This time was much more painful. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it happened so fast. Like with Larea, I was having contractions for about 3 days, and at first they started like 10 minutes apart, and there was only 20 seconds. So they built up slowly, but this time it was just so fast. Like from 7:30, I would say, to about 9 o'clock, I was 4 centimeters already. So it was just happening like this. I was just in so much pain. I couldn't believe it. I was like questioning my life. I was thinking, why am I having children? Why did I meet this guy? I should have never met him. I wouldn't be in this pain right now. I want to kill him. I want to get my tubes tied. I was just in so much pain. And then I think, last time when I was in labour with Larea as well, they checked me like every hour to see how dilated they were. And the nurse I had with her was just like, she was around me all the time. She was like telling me to breathe, she was rubbing my back, she was just here all the time. But this one, she was more relaxed. She was just sitting in the room on her laptop, and she was a lot more calm. But I got through it in the end, I guess. It got to about 11 o'clock, or was it 11:30? 11:30, and then she decided to check me. And then she checked me and she said I was 8 centimeters, but my waters still hadn't broken yet. So she was like, do you want me to break your waters for you? And I was like, yeah. So she broke my waters, and then she like got rid of the rest of the cervix, and she was like, all the cervix is gone now, your waters have gone, so when you need to push, just push. And then she was like, baby should be here in about an hour. And I was thinking, an hour? That sounds so long. But I was like, let's just see, because I was already kind of getting the urge. But last time with Larea, when I was at 8 centimeters and I got the urge, they said, don't push, wait till you get to 10. But this woman was like, if you need to push, just push. So I started to push, like whenever I got the urge, and I was just laying like on my back on the bed, and she told me to lay on my side, which I thought was really strange. I didn't know you could give birth in that position, but I was just like laying on my side with my legs closed, and she was like, just push when you need to push. And she was like, I saw that your baby got stuck last time in your notes, and I saw that you tore last time, and they also had to cut me last time. So she was like, this time that's not going to happen. I promise you, you're not going to tear. She's not going to get stuck. This is going to be so fast. But it worked, because she was here at 12:22. That's when she came out. So that position, I don't know how, but it actually worked. And then I was just pushing and pushing until eventually she came out. So yeah, that's my labour story. It's not that dramatic. It happened pretty quickly. But I think it was a lot more painful, and I was really close to asking for some pain medicine to get through it, but I didn't. I stuck through it. She did offer me paracetamol at about, I think, 10 o'clock, and I took one, and then I lost the other one because I was just in so much pain when I was trying to take it, and it dropped on the floor. And yeah, I just never thought about it again. But this time I was drinking a lot of water, so I was trying, and I was also trying to eat the food I packed. I wasn't really hungry, and while I was having a contraction especially, I did not want to eat. I felt kind of sick, but as I was dehydrated last time, I just thought, no, I need to drink and I need to eat. So I was in there eating and drinking and just trying to get through it. And now when I think back to it, it was only like 5 hours long, so it was okay and I managed. But when I was in the moment, it wasn't cute, it wasn't nice. But yeah, that was my labour and delivery story, and I will see you next week, maybe for her 3-week update. See you next time. Bye.